the Symphony League Holiday Home Tour, and the first home on the tour is Kathy Polino. Your home is beautiful, and thank you so much for being on this tour.
You're welcome.
And Nancy Myberg, she's with us all day today, driving, working, and you've been with the Symphony for years.
And I love this event because it supports the programs for the youth concerts.
Right.
So it's fabulous.
Well, we want to thank both you and your husband, Lou, and we're going to go inside and see the beautiful home. Kathy, this home has the wow factor. This is amazing. We saw the before picture. Now tell us what you love about your home and how long you've been here.
We bought the house in 2000, so we've been here for 13 years. And what sold me on the house was walking into the entryway. And it was just, you know, I don't know, it just had a feeling of grandeur or whatever. And it is not only pretty, but it's very functional. When we have parties, people always seem to congregate out there so you can hold, you know, more people than you think you can. So that's been great about the house.
Well, it's beautifully decorated, and this is your living room. The fireplace, I mean, we're looking at all how you've decorated.
Well, it's large, but it's also very livable and very comfortable. My friend made all the large Santas in the house, handmade.
Oh, really?
So,
Oh, no,
yes,
beautiful.
Yes, so, yeah, Marilee is she's very clever. She's a decorator and an artist, and so she's made that over the years. And then the ornaments on the tree I've sort of collected as we travel. Some of them I made years ago. Then I got lazy, so then I just sort of pick up something as we go.
It looks like it took a long time to put everything up.
It takes a while.
Yeah.
It takes maybe like 3 days, and then of course it takes another week just to tweak everything. So this room is what my grandchildren called the jungle room. It's sort of inspired when we went to, on safari in Africa, that we just sort of got our pictures and made it look like it was like a tribute to the trip, or you know, something that we would always remember. And then the Santa Clauses, I started collecting Santa Clauses years ago, and that sort of got out of hand, but I have several special ones. I have one from Russia over there, the carved wooden Santa Claus with the bear, and then the one in the middle is from Bar Harbor, Maine, and he's another favorite of mine. So.
They're adorable. I just love them on the mantle. But this is such a charming room, and I love the tables of drums, so I can see the influence from your safari trip. The bar, how unique is that? That's wonderful. People must walk in and go, this is perfect.
My husband loves the bar.
I can see, I can see that.
I made him clean it up for this, but it's usually just filled with glasses and bottles and whatever, but because we do entertain a lot.
Sure.
So.
What a grand table setting. This is beautiful.
Well, thank you. Yes, we have a large table because we do a lot of entertaining, and you can actually seat about 18 comfortably here. So right now it's not set up for that many, but it's wonderful. And so it was just fun getting it all organized and doing it for
Are you a good cook?
Yes.
You like to cook?
I do.
What's one of your favorite things? I mean, if you're serving that many 18 people, what would be?
I tell you, when I serve that many, I get catered.
Oh, okay. Well, that's
but
good
I do
to know.
like to cook with my family. I do. My husband is Italian, so I do a lot of Italian cooking. So, like for Christmas, we might make homemade ravioli or gnocchi or something like that. Sure. Something very involved.
This is such a charming little breakfast nook. And you can overlooking the pool.
Right, or overlooking. You can see it's a good view from.
And the view. Every room has just a magnificent view.
Pretty. It's nice and cozy.
Yeah. You must have spent a lot of time. Well, let's go upstairs. Okay, we want to see the beautiful view from your bedroom. This is like a king and queen live here.
You know, I pinch myself sometimes. This used to be all pink.
This is a pink room?
This is a pink room. Pink carpet, pink curtains, and then very strange yellow wallpaper. Yellow and pink wallpaper.
Oh my goodness.
That came down, and we just sort of started from scratch, but this room has a great view. I love the view from here, and I love the feeling of spaciousness
and the colors are so elegant. Yeah. The fireplace, that is really beautiful. That was here when you moved in the city?
That was here, yes. That was here. There was a few cracked pieces of marble, but we just, redid that. Yeah, but basically it was in good condition.
These chandeliers that are in all the rooms are here. They're beautiful.
They're original to the house, which is nice. I didn't have to have to go out and
Change
look.
out and
Yeah,
look for
exactly.
lighting, I
Yes.
know. Tell us about this room.
Well, this room we call like an upstairs family room, or maybe our study or something. It's really nice at night to come up and look at the view of the city. And then this was a bar we had at the other house and brought it over, thank heavens, because it goes perfectly here.
It does. And your Santas, you got a
More
golfing
Santas,
Santas
yes.
and that Santa over there. That is really amazing. I love the martini glass collection.
Yes.
And the bar is beautiful.
Thank you.
And I can imagine you're going to do a lot of entertaining over the holidays
are.
now. You're
We
all
are.
ready.
A party a weekend.
A party a weekend. Well, you're all ready, and people are so going to enjoy the Home on the Home tour. And thank you for sharing with
very
everybody in the
welcome.
community. And Nancy, so where are we headed off to
We're
next?
off to the historic Powder House next.
Well, we're here in front of the Powder House, the home of Jim and Diana Cook, and this is the second home on the Symphony League home tour, and there's so much history here. Thank you both for having us.
Well, thank you for being here. We're thrilled to be able to support the Symphony League and to help out in any way we can.
We welcome you here today.
Yes.
Well, thank you so much. So let's go inside. So, Jim, one of the things you loved about the home I read is this beautiful natural river rock fireplace. Tell us a little bit.
Well, the fireplace was actually built when this building was converted from a warehouse to a house in the late 20s.
Mid to late.
This is the river rock, and we have yet to find the base of it. It's so far down.
This was a powder house, is that
It
right?
was a gunpowder warehouse, Civil War era, and it was built to store 25-pound kegs of blasting powder and gunpowder. And they were blasting a railroad through the Sierra at the time, and they needed powder, and they couldn't bring it in from the east because of the Civil War. So a group of bankers from San Francisco came down and set up the California Powder Works. The whole house was built to withstand an explosion.
Oh,
And where we have skylights, they had leaded hatches.
There's 3 hatches.
Yeah.
And
And
we
they're
took the
set-
hatch off and made them into
Yeah.
skylights for
oh,
us.
nice,
And they're set
nice.
towards the riverside of the house, so that if it blew, it would blow out to where there wouldn't be so many people.
Oh, well, that would be a good idea. So you bought this home after the earthquake?
In
Right after the
1990.
earthquake. And it was severely damaged.
Was it?
Yeah, but we saw the possibilities, and there for a while we said, hey, we got a money pit on our hands, but it worked out.
And I really like the his and her office space on either side. And
We didn't really see this now until we finished the floor, and the floor man started right in here. He took a couple of swipes, and then it all appeared. Then we noticed that if they had to repair it, there's some copper square nails,
Copper
so
square
that
nails.
it wouldn't create a spark. We figured what caused this is that there were metal kegs, and then the dampness of the atmosphere around created a little acid that burnt into the floor.
that's what I was wondering, what caused that?
That's what caused it.
Are these doors natural, or you put
These
those in?
doors are original to the first conversion
Okay.
done in the 20s. And they tried to make it look like an adobe.
Yeah. So tell us a little bit, this is a beautiful dining room area, but tell us about this cabinetry in the back.
Well, the cabinetry here was built in the 1940s for the house. There on the south wall of the room, there was quite a bit of cabinets built in also. So it was well storage, lots of good storage.
great.
And this one of the neighbors here in the park actually put it in. And it is typical of the cabinetry that they had throughout the house.
So Diana, this bathroom is huge and it's really beautiful. You had to put all this in?
Yes. In the retrofit, the wall moved 6 feet north, and in doing that, it took what was an 8x10 bathroom and turned it into a 10x14. Double shower, double sinks, of course.
Yeah.
The only thing we don't have 2 of in here is the toilet. The Ghost Girls from the Santa Clara Valley come in, and they fell in love with my bedroom because they found at least 10 entities that they could identify
Really?
by name.
Oh,
And in cross-check referencing with our historian here, they found that a number of these names were on the list of people who passed. after one of the major explosions. They had used that area as a triage station.
Oh, your
The
bedroom?
bedroom. There
Oh.
was a sliding door at the front at that
Yeah.
time. And so they brought the people in and
Who
were
were
working with
injured.
them there. And then the Santa Cruz County ghost hunters come in, and they also like my bedroom. So it's kind of fun.
So there was verification from two
Yes.
different organizations.
Well, part of it we had seen earlier when Jim was working on some of the teardown in here. He would see something sizzling away, and
Really?
we'd done a couple meditations in here and found that the mother and grandmother of the woman that I bought from, they still are here and they like it. They used to hold seances here,
Oh, interesting.
and
So this is part of our holiday ghost stories.
yes, and it's part of
Wonderful.
the history
Yeah,
of the
yeah.
park. And
Oh, fascinating,
Things here.
During
fascinating.
the retrofit, we've had to reinforce and basically rebuild the whole chimney. And they used brick that was down on the ground and to build it back again. And you'll notice there's a rod that goes all the way across the top.
Mm-hmm.
That rod is part of the retrofit, and that's torqued up at something like, what, 20,000
pounds per square inch.
square inch. And that's all part of, to hold the top of the building together.
This was such a treat to come in here and have you tell the history of the home. There's so much that you've done here. And it's just pretty amazing. And then it's your birth work from your home too. So, Diana, thank you.
thank you for coming.
And I thank you too, and our house will never be finished.
It's sort of like the Winchester house.
Yes.
They're always the third house on the holiday home tour for the Symphony League, and this is the Bruce Lane home. And we're going to go inside and meet the owner, Maxine. I want to introduce Maxine Lane, who owns this beautiful home in Pasatiempo. And Maxine, thank you for opening up your home to the Symphony League Holiday Home Tour. It's beautiful. So I know this is your favorite room, and you love the view.
Yes, I do. This extra large kitchen window is my favorite window in the home. I can stand at the sink and at the counter and look at the yard at the same time. And I don't think I've ever seen a kitchen window that I like as well.
I love the beautiful decorations and your table set for the holidays. It's gorgeous.
Thank you.
And also, tell us a little bit about the figurines up there on the wall.
Well, they came from various countries that we visited. My husband and I visited over 70 countries in all the continents. And so you'll see various things around the home from various places in the world.
Right.
I didn't know my husband would take me all over the world.
Well, your husband, Bruce Lane, was an architect, is that right?
Yes,
And he was the one that designed this home.
yes.
Oh, well, he did a magnificent job. It's
Thank you.
beautiful, beautiful.
It is. I love it. He did exactly what I wanted.
And how many years did it take to build this home?
Well, just a few months,
Oh,
really.
oh, you just
He
took it.
designed it in 1965.
Uh-huh.
And it was built from May to about November. Oh, well, I enjoy the spaciousness of the home. And you'll notice that the wall dividing the gallery from the hallway does not go up to the ceiling.
I noticed
You'll
that.
notice the fireplace wall dividing the living room from the kitchen does not go completely to the ceiling.
You're right. I didn't even notice that at first. That's interesting. So you could see the space of the beams and the
Right.
light through.
And it accomplishes the openness and the spaciousness that my husband desired.
And you know, I was reading about the bricks that instead of having them flat, he had the bricks protruding, right?
That's exactly right. When the stonemason came here, he started making them flat. And my husband said, no, I want them protruding because it gives more character to the house.
It does. It's really unique.
And one thing of interest is the deck overhang. My husband designed it particularly so the summer sun would be prevented from hitting the floor-to-glass windows, but the winter sun would hit the floor-to-glass windows and because the winter sun comes in at a different angle. And so the winter sun helps heat the home, and the summer sun is prevented from coming in. And this house is cool as a cucumber in the summer.
How unique. It's just beautiful. The gardens are just, there is definitely an Asian feel to the garden areas.
Yes, my husband, we visited Japan, my husband enjoyed the Japanese gardens.
So that was the inspiration for the
Yes.
rocks and because it's just breathtaking. I
Yes.
noticed the designs, and you must love it.
I love it, and I work a lot in the garden.
Do you?
Yes.
Do you? You can tell. It has just a touch to it that just makes it look perfect.
Before my husband passed away, we used to work together. After we were retired, we worked together in the yard, usually in the mornings, and we enjoyed doing that sort of thing.
Oh, well, you must have. You can see that a lot of love went into those gardens,
Yes.
for sure. I can see where you're talking about the gallery area. Now, what is that room next, right on the other side of the wall?
That's the hallway,
Okay.
and then bedrooms branch off from the hallway, and a bath and laundry room.
And a lot of glass in there also.
There's large windows, yes. This came from Sri Lanka, and we have some more in the hallway here that came from India.
That's beautiful.
They told my husband that this was a difficult lot, but he brought me down and I looked at it and fell in love with the lot.
Oh,
We have an acre and 2/3 here.
is that what you have? But all the gardens and the view and the way the architecture and the decking is in the home, it's perfect.
A lot of the land is in ravine.
Oh, this is pretty amazing. And look at that tree. What is that called out there, that blossom?
That's a deciduous magnolia.
But you can see there's still a few pink flowers out there, so that must be gorgeous.
Oh, yes, soon it'll be full of blossoms.
You can see a little bit of the pink blossoms, but the room in here, and then to look out at that beautiful tree. What a tree. This is something.
Well, my husband wanted a nice sunken tub for the home, and I think he did a pretty good job, don't you?
Yes, it's beautiful. I want to introduce some of our fabulous volunteers for the Symphony League home tour, and you are?
I'm Gail Mowat. I'm the house captain.
I'm Bill Mowat. I'm a docent, and I'm also a docent for Gail at home, 24 hours a day.
Okay. And of course, our owner of the home, Maxine.
Maxine Lane.
I'm Harry Domash.
Cheryl Hammond.
So it's going to be a wonderful day. The home tour, Maxine just took us. The home is absolutely beautiful. All right, we're on the fourth home of the Symphony Holiday Home Tour. Nancy, this is fabulous.
This is fabulous.
We're having the best time today, and this is the beach home of Peggy and Jack Bascom. The grounds here, when you walk through the gate,
It's a sculpture garden.
it is
gorgeous.
So there's going to be lots to see in this home, and then we also have music inside. It is amazing in here. There's so many beautiful and exquisite pieces of artwork in the home, and we're just going to show some of it to you. But first I want to introduce Mary Ann Orr, who is the chairman of the Symphony League Home Tour. Mary Ann, good to see you.
Well, it's great to see you, Joyce. Thank you so much for doing this.
You have done such a magnificent job this year. I know they had in the Sentinel, there was a nice article about the home tour, and you have been busy doing public service announcements. You've done a lot of publicity for the home tour, but great, and congratulations.
Thank you, thank you.
And
been
it's
fun.
a beautiful day, too.
It is. It turned out very nice. It's a little cold, but
What has been the most fun thing for you in doing this project?
probably working on the boutique in Aptos and talking to the various homeowners. They're all great. And,
You know, I know the Baskins aren't here today, but we're so grateful to have them open their home for us.
I'm thrilled. I really am.
Yeah, well, good job at making that happen.
Thank you, Jack and Peggy.
Yes, thank you, Jack and Peggy. Well, I want to introduce the house captain, and you are?
Peggy Ard.
Peggy R. This is such a great job for you to do today, right?
Yes, it is. It's a big privilege to host the Jack and Peggy Baskin home.
Right. How long have you been with the Symphony League?
3.5 years.
3.5 years. I know, they're just such a wonderful organization.
Truly they are.
And this just supports, you know, the Symphony League and so many wonderful things that they do to help children learn about music.
Absolutely, absolutely. The tickets to the symphony really only support about 40% of what we do. So fundraising is a big commitment for the Symphony League.
Well, this wonderful painting is by Barbara Lawrence. She's a local artist in Santa Cruz. And then this piece over in the corner is a sculpture from Jack Sajak's series, Falling Waters. And then there's a Chihuly.
Another one over there.
Over in the corner.
The beautiful music you're hearing today in the Bascom home is performed by
Kathy Parisi on the keyboard.
And Joe Parisi on clarinet.
How long have you two been playing together?
Since we've known each other, which is about 25 years.
Wonderful, the music, yes, and you're definitely symphony goers, right?
Oh yes, we're very much symphony goers and very much members of the league.
Well, one of the docents on the home tour is Joni Fisher.
Yes, hi.
And tell us, Joni, a little bit about this table. People were saying it had to have been...
It was custom designed, and it's so large. It had to be hoisted by 4 men, and they had to come through the sunroom over there in order to bring it in.
Really?
Yeah.
It must weigh a lot because it had to come in one piece. This was such an amazing house.
It was another fabulous view.
I know. And the artwork. Well, Jack and Peggy Bascom, thank you so much. The people are just so enjoying your generosity, and you're opening up your beach home so we could see everything. And there's just so many beautiful things. And the music's wonderful in the home today.
And the art, it's been lovely.
Yeah, in the garden, the pieces. So our next home, we're moving on to the Sutherland home in Aptos.
In Aptos.
And it's our 5th and final home, and they're also the boutique, so we're on our way.
Yes.
This is the 5th and final home on the home tour, holiday home tour, and the boutique is here. So we're going to be showing you lots of goodies that are for sale, but I want to introduce the homeowner, Tony Sutherland and Michael Conti. Welcome.
Well, it was a pleasure.
Really a pleasure to help the symphony.
Yes. The view and the gardens are beautiful. Tony, tell us about the Annie glass and the table setting.
Well, the centerpiece is by one of the symphony members, Anita Gwynn. And the plates were lent this weekend by Annie Glass. And the crystal trees came out of one of the baskets from the great gifts that they have on sale in the other room.
They're beautiful.
Yeah,
They're beautiful.
Really sweet of Annie to do so.
So what has been the most fun about having the home tour here?
Lots of people, lots of personalities.
And
lots of creativity.
And you're all decorated for the holidays,
yeah,
right?
Early.
Did you help with the tree and all that?
Yes.
He decorated the tree himself. He did the whole thing.
Well, we're going to go take a look at that. So
how many men can say that?
Yes, not too many. Not too many. So, Tony, tell us about this table. Who is the designer and brought everything in for you?
Okay, this is a good friend of mine, Beiji. She's local here in Santa Cruz, but she also has the good fortune of having a studio in France. And these plates she actually did in France and brought back over. And we just thought it'd be fun to set it up so people could see what she does, and they can be purchased locally from her studio.
And where's she located?
She's on Trefethen.
Angela Clark, you have been so instrumental for years helping the Symphony League. Tell us what you've been doing.
Well, every year it's my pleasure to do so. I mean, you know, classical music cannot die, and it's just fabulous. So it's my thing that I do every year. And I mean, they started in the 60s and they're still rolling. So, you know, it's a great institution, really. And we always have this boutique, and the house tour is one of the best events that we, you know, have. And the boutique always makes quite a bit of money. Yeah, and everything is handmade and hand collected, and so it's just great.
I want to introduce Marianne Hobbs. Marianne, you look wonderful today. Love your hat.
Thank you, Joyce. Of course, I couldn't look any better next to you.
Oh, thank you. All these things that you put together every year with your team of really talented decorators, the pumpkins, the baskets. What a wonderful way to raise money.
It is so much fun. There's a whole group of us that get together and put all the baskets together and this and that and this. And then this year we thought we'd try the Christmas pumpkins. We do the Thanksgiving ones, but for some reason the idea came to do Christmas, and we tried it out and people bought them, so we said, okay, we'll do some more.
Well, I always know you're up to something when I drive by your house on Morrissey and Melrose, and there's all sorts of cars, so I figured the ladies are decorating.
They're decorating, and a lot of time there's some things from you in there too.
Yeah. Well, I want to introduce Patty Lockett, and you're the docent for this room.
Yes, I am.
Oh, this is beautiful. One of the things I know Tony and Mike were saying that this is one of their favorite parts of the home because they got a beautiful view from this bedroom.
You can see from this bedroom both the canyon, which is all part of their property, and the ocean. There's a warmth to it, there's a spaciousness to it. Perfect room for reading a book. As a matter of fact, I've been sitting because I have a sprained foot. And she brought me a book to read. And she said, just sit here and read a book.
Oh,
So
nice.
that's what this room is good for.
It's beautiful. How long have you been with the Symphony, Patty?
Symphony League, I just joined this year. I'm Edie
good.
Henderson's sister. Edie Henderson was going to be the board president,
Right.
she died. in
Yes,
the
I
end of June.
know. I interviewed her at the Oscar night.
Did you?
Yes.
Did you? Okay.
Beautiful, beautiful person.
Well, in memory, in perpetuity of my sister and brother-in-law, Danny's, the conductor's seat is sponsored in memory of my sister and brother-in-law. So I joined the league, and I also took over the sponsorship of the principal second violinist because my sister Edie had played second violin with the San Jose Symphony for many years.
Yeah.
And my niece Marlene Henderson has taken over sponsoring Ellen, the principal cellist job, because my sister had been her sponsor before.
So this is from a show called Wet Art, which happened in 2012, and we took 30 wetsuits from famous surfers, aged 12 to 72, or 82, because Doc Scott was in it, and then Jack O'Neill, people like that, and then we gave them to artists in the community, and they did things like this. So this is my piece that I did, and this wetsuit's from Joanne Hudson, who was one of the first young women in our community to be a professional female surfer. My daughter would probably be so embarrassed if she knew I was showing this to you because I think she was in high school when she painted this, but it's what inspired us to do the show. And so we did hang it up and we put a little note on it and said the original inspiration.
That's great. Vicki Wasson, you're the house captain, right?
Yes, I am, and this is a wonderful house where we also have the boutique and selling lots of homemade goodies.
Don't forget, Home for the Holiday Tour was wonderful this year.